So in this video, we're going to learn about dividing by two-digit divisors. So if we have 298 and we want to divide by 23, what are the steps we're going to take? Well, we're going to do the same as what we did before. Dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and this is either repeat or remainder. So we're going to start, we're going to look for 23, we know can't go into 2, but can 23 go into 29? Yes, we know that it can go in one time. So we just divided. Now we're going to multiply. 1 times 23 is 23. Now we're going to subtract to 6 and bring down our 8. How many times can 23 go into 68? This is where we have to kind of just try things out and see if it works. Now, it looks to me like it's either going to be 2 or 3. So, and one of the ways that one of the things I look at is I just look at this 2, and I think, well, I know 2 can go into 6 3 times. So it must be, it must go into this number. Around 3, maybe just 2, but maybe 3. Let's try 3 first. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. So that's 69. So 69 is larger than 68. So we're going to have to go down 1. So we'll do 23 times 2. And that's 46. So let's see, we divided. Now we're going to multiply. We already have that figured out. Never erase these when you're working your division. You may have to go back to them. 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, so we just subtracted. Okay, we already multiplied. Do we have anything left to bring down? Nope. And so this then is our remainder. Your remainder cannot be any larger than this. 12 remainder 22. We're going to try another one that's like this that might be a little bit more difficult. Let's try 964 divided by 17. Okay, so I have to first ask myself, can 17 go into 9? No. Can it go into 96? Well, yes, we just don't know how many times. So I'm going to look at, 17 is very close to 20, and this 96, well, that's very close to 100. 20 can go into 100 5 times. So I'm going to start out with that number, with the number 5. So I'm going to do 17 times 5. And that equals 85. Well, that's pretty close. Can it go in one more time? That would be 102. So no, it can't. So it can go in 5 times. So I'm going to put my 5 here for divide. So sometimes figuring this out is just a trial and error. You work it out over here on the side and you see how many times it can go in. You try to look at the numbers that are around it so you can make your best guess at where to start. But sometimes it's just working it out and seeing what actually fits. So we just divided. Now we're going to multiply. 17 times 5, and we already have it right here, is 85. That's our multiply. Now we're going to subtract. Okay, and we subtracted, and now we're going to bring down. So we bring down. Okay, so now we're going to divide 17 into 114. Well, we already know 17 times 6, since I didn't erase this, is 102. Okay, can it go in one more time? 17 times 7? That would be 119, so that's not going to work. So 17 goes into 114 6 times. Okay, we're repeating right now. So we just divided. Now we're going to multiply. 6 times 17, we know is 102. Okay, then we're going to subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. And we have nothing left to bring down. We're checking that. So that means, since there's nothing left to bring down, that this is our remainder. We also can use the multiplication way with two-digit divisors. And let's do 925 divided by, let's say, 4. No, it has to be 2 digits. So we'll do 24. Okay, so we are going to, again, use numbers with zeros on it to try to get as close to this number as we can. So we're going to do 24, and I'm going to stick with 24 times 10. It's going to get me up to 240. So I'm going to subtract out 240. Subtract. And I have 685. So I can do 24 times 10 again. Subtract out 240. So now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, I could have done 24 times 20 and got both of those at the same time. But it's okay. 24 times 10, again, 240. Subtract 240. 205. I can't do it again. So I'm going to have to pick another number. So I could do 24 times, well, I could do 24 times 5. And I would have to figure out what that is. 2, that's 120. I could do that. I probably could go higher, but I'm just going to stick with that. So subtract out 120. So now I'm at 85. So I can't do 25 times, I can't do 24 times 5 again. I could do 24 times 2, which is 48. Okay, and that would be, so now I'm at, 37. I'm just going to bring my 37 right up here. I can't do 24 times 2 again. So I know I can do 24 times 1. So now I have 13. 24 is larger than 13, so 24 can't go in there. So 13 is going to be my remainder, and then I'm just going to add these numbers up. 10, 20, 35, 37, 38. And there is my answer.